All right, friends. So Miss Johnson is going to make sure that we finish this story because I want to get into the Sophia story before we end our citizenship chat unit. So we will finish up Ada Twist and the Perilous Pants. So we're on chapter 13 where it says, I love my brother on the notebook, and it has I, and then it has a heart that's drawn in purple, and then the words my brother. So chapter 13. Just then, Ada's brother Arthur came in. He pointed at the racket. Is that my rack? He started, but then he interrupted himself. Mom, there's a guy with balloon pants flying around town. I think he's in trouble. We know, said Mrs. Twist. Arthur looked at his mom. He looked at Ada. He looked at his tennis racket, which was his most prized possession in the world. He looked at Ada again. How can I help? He asked. And then you have Arthur, who's kind of giving her like a reassuring look, like understanding look. And Ada has her head kind of down with her eyes looking up. You can tell that she has had tears coming down her eyes, and her mom is kneeling in front of her, so she is close to her height now, and she's kind of looking over at Arthur, like glad that Arthur is asking how he can help Ada. And she's trying to reassure Ada, but thanking Arthur with her looks. And then you have Arthur's racket in Ada's hand, along with his duffel bag, which holds his racket and tennis balls and things like that. They have a picture of her cat, as well as a stuffed elephant that is in the toy room, and a giant plant that is grown with these humongous leaves that are just curving all around. It's an interesting looking plant. So chapter 14, that it starts off with Ada's notebook, and it has the word think in bubble letters, kind of like big letters. And then there are like clouds drawn around it, as well as the little symbol or sign for atoms, which are small, very tiny particles that you cannot see with the eye. So chapter 14. They sped back to the factory. The bus screeched to a stop, and Uncle Fred pulled the lever. The lever, look at that, friends, simple machine, to open the door. Good luck, Ada, he said. They hopped off the bus. He's still up there, said Arthur, pointing to Uncle Ned. The crowd was even larger now. The monkeys were racing up and down the fire ladder, and an ostrich was pecking at the fire hose. We're back, announced Ada. Hello! Oh! Oh! Yelled Uncle Ned. Let's get to work, said Ada. Arthur opened the bag of tennis balls. Ada took out a ball and grabbed the racket. What's the plan? asked Iggy. I'm going to hit balls to Uncle Ned, and when he catches them, their mass will be added to his mass, and gravity will pull him toward Earth, and then said Ada. Iggy looked confused. Ada started to get overwhelmed. She needed to explain, but she didn't have time to draw a picture to show the plan. Rosie looked at Ada and smiled. I get it, she said. Uncle Ned is like a boat floating on a sea of air. You're going to weigh him down with tennis balls until his boat sinks, and Bo can grab him. You'll overcome the buoyancy force, said Iggy. See, I got it. Ada beamed. Now, all she had to do was make the plan work. Put the tennis balls in your helmet, Uncle Ned, she yelled. Okay, he yelled back. But can you hurry? There are two mean-looking birds on the wall up here. What do they look like? Said Ada. They are black and purple and have a V in their tails, said Uncle Ned. They are swooping at me like crazy. Do they have orange beaks? Asked Ada. No, yelled Uncle Ned. "They have beady eyes and a bad attitude." Ada thought for a moment and yelled back, "Do you have any dragonflies in your pocket?" she asked. "No!" cried Uncle Ned. "Then don't worry about it," said Ada. "Those are purple martins, and they eat flying insects like dragonflies. They won't bother you." "Phew! Woo! Woo!" replied Uncle Ned, swirling around again and again. Ada grabbed a tennis ball and took aim. "I need to hit it at this angle," she said, pointing up to Uncle Ned. "That's about 100 degrees," said Iggy. "I used an angle like that in my cheese cracker arch the other day. It was delicious." And we'll come back to the article about the purple martin. "Here goes," said Ada. She swung the racket. So whack! The bright green ball flew off the racket and right at Iggy's head. It grazed his hair. It bounced off the wall and knocked the sketching pencil out of Bob Ross's hand. "Hey," said Iggy, "aim for Uncle Ned." "I did," said Ada. She tried again. Thwonk. The ball hit the fire ladder next to a monkey. The monkey screeched at Ada, grabbed the tennis ball, and ran off. "Sorry," she said. To-whoop, to-whoop. Ada hit ball after ball, and they went everywhere except where they were supposed to go. Ada frowned. She was frustrated. Why didn't this work? Ada studied her notebook. "Why isn't this working?" she asked. "I know how high to hit the ball and how hard." "Knowing what to do isn't the same as being able to do it," said her mom. Ada's mother was right. Ada knew all about the forces and angles, but she didn't know how to hit the balls to make it happen. There was only one person she knew who could do that. She handed the racket to her brother. "Can you do it?" she asked. Arthur smiled. "Did world-famous tennis champion Arthur Ashe wear wristbands?" he asked. Ada knew the answer to that. Her brother had 5 posters of his favorite tennis player on his walls. Arthur Ashe wore wristbands in each one. And then it has a picture of Arthur sitting in his room, and it has a wallpaper that has diagonal or sideways stripes in a square pattern. However, then it has 5 pictures of Arthur Ashe on his wall, one from his life picture, and then some of him that show him playing and like tossing the ball in the air so he can hit it, as well as him hitting it in different positions. Also, it has the picture of him, and Arthur Ashe is an African-American man who had an afro. He wore glasses, and in the biggest picture, he's standing in front of a net with a championship trophy. And so just a little note, since we are in Virginia, that Arthur Ashe is one of the famous athletes that we have that come from Richmond, Virginia. And recently, I want to say last year, that we renamed the boulevard. It was just named the Boulevard in Richmond initially, and it was renamed Arthur Ashe Boulevard in memory of the first African-American tennis player to win a championship. So just a little bit about Arthur Ashe, and that's kind of why the author, Andrea Beatty, named Ada's brother Arthur after him. So reading about that, and then a quick little spiel on the purple martin. And this is the purple martin from the Nerd Bird Guide to Birds for Nerds. And so this is like a pretend book, resource book that Ada or Iggy or Rosie could read. So this is by Otto Bond. The purple martin family is from the Hirundidae family of birds, and its genus and species, like more so saying what type of bird that is a Progne subis. So swallows are slim, graceful birds that swoop and dive through the air to catch flying insects. They have pointed wings, tiny feet, and short bills which open very wide to capture insects in flight. The purple martin is the largest swallow in North America. Males are purple, black on top and underneath. They are the only swallows with black bellies. The females are light in color, including their bellies and chin. Purple martin tail feathers are shaped like the letter V. The purple martin migrates each winter to South America, then returns to North America to nest in the spring. They nest in semi-open country near water, towns, and farms. In the west, they can be in Saguaro Desert and mountain forests. Purple martins like to nest in communities. They often nest in multi-room birdhouses put up by people. However, purple martin populations are dropping. All right. So, however, purple martin populations are dropping, possibly because of a lack of nesting sites and competition with starlings, which is another type of bird. So, if you look at the top, we have the purple martins. The male one is at the top, and to show the sign for male, they have a circle with an arrow pointing upwards to the right to represent the sign for male, and then the female is a circle with a plus sign under it, as well as the pictures that were described in the article about the purple martins. Our next video will be finishing up the last 3 chapters of Ada Twist and the Perilous Pants, and then we will have a follow-up video on some of the non-fiction pieces that they talk about at the end. Thank you for listening, friends, and I can't wait to finish this up with you.